The wise Buddha once said, "Your thoughts shape who you become." These timeless words hold deep meaning, and today we're taking a journey, inspired by Buddha's teachings, to explore 11 things you should quietly remove from your life. As we go through each lesson, we'll use Buddha's wisdom to shine a light on our path to inner peace and enlightenment. So, let's get started. Lesson 1. Tari. Explaining yourself to those who cause you pain. It's common to feel the urge to justify our actions or feelings when we've been hurt by someone. However, this habit can bring unnecessary suffering. As Buddha wisely put it, "Your anger won't be punished, you'll be punished by your anger." This quote highlights that the anger and pain we feel when trying to explain ourselves to those who hurt us can end up hurting us even more. By letting go of the need to explain ourselves to those who caused us pain, we can free ourselves from the emotional burden of seeking approval or understanding from them. This doesn't mean ignoring our feelings or neglecting the importance of healthy communication and relationships. Instead, it's about realizing that some people may not be open to our explanations or willing to see things from our perspective. We can focus on our own healing and growth, seeking inner peace and understanding within ourselves instead of relying on external validation. This lesson encourages us to prioritize our well-being and emotional health, recognizing that our peace of mind shouldn't rely on the approval or understanding of others, especially those who caused us pain. Lesson 2. Oversharing the end of relationships. Buddha advises us to be careful and compassionate in our words, especially when relationships come to an end. Revealing intimate or sensitive details about why a relationship ended can cause more pain for both you and the other person. Respecting the boundaries and privacy of your past relationships not only preserves your dignity, but also contributes to a more harmonious and compassionate environment in your personal and social circles. Remember, sometimes silence is the most eloquent and respectful response during tough times. Lesson 3. Unnecessary goals. Buddha's timeless teaching encourages us to think about the shortness of life and the value of the moments we have. We often waste our most precious resource, time, by pursuing goals that, in the grand scheme of things, don't really matter. Following Buddha's advice means embarking on a journey of self-reflection and prioritization. It calls on us to examine our aspirations and figure out which ones truly connect with our inner selves, align with our values, and contribute meaningfully to our personal growth and the well-being of others. By letting go of goals that are unnecessary or don't fit with our authentic path, we free ourselves from distractions and discontent. This teaching encourages us to focus on ambitions that feed our souls and enhance our lives. It invites us to appreciate each moment as a unique gift, unlocking the potential to create a life that is more than just a series of pursuits, but a profound and purposeful journey. Lesson 4. Raising your voice in front of others during periods of frustration or anger. Picture a situation where you're overwhelmed by anger or frustration, tempted to express your emotions by raising your voice. Buddha's timeless wisdom provides a powerful analogy. Holding on to anger is like grabbing a hot coal with the intention of throwing it at someone else. The key insight here is that in doing so, you end up burning yourself. This analogy vividly shows that anger doesn't just hurt the person you're angry at. It hurts you even more. When you raise your voice in front of others when you're frustrated or angry, it often creates a cycle of negativity. First, it can make the situation worse, making it harder to find a positive solution. Second, it harms your relationships because yelling can be hurtful and push people away emotionally. Lastly, and most importantly, it takes a toll on your mental and emotional well-being. Holding on to anger can lead to stress, anxiety, and a lingering sense of inner turmoil. So, what's the alternative? Buddha's advice encourages us to practice patience and calmness. Instead of reacting right away to our emotions, we can take a step back and let ourselves cool down. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings. It means acknowledging them while choosing not to let them control your actions. By practicing patience, you can gain clarity and approach the situation with a calm and rational mind. This not only increases the chances of finding a solution that works for everyone, but also keeps harmony in your relationships. Buddha's lesson on raising your voice when angry reminds us that real strength comes from mastering our emotions, not letting them control us. By practicing patience and calmness, we not only avoid unnecessary suffering, but also create a path for more harmonious and fulfilling interactions with others. So, the next time you feel anger building up, remember Buddha's wisdom and choose the path of patience and calmness to navigate through life's challenges. Lesson 6. Constantly comparing yourself to others. Buddha warned us about the harmful effects of always comparing ourselves to others. He smartly noticed that comparing ourselves with others breeds jealousy and insecurity, showing how this habit can plant the seeds of negative emotions within us. When we keep comparing ourselves to others, we unintentionally set ourselves up for feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. We often fail to see our own unique qualities, talents, and strengths as our focus shifts to what we think are the achievements and successes of those around us. This constant cycle of comparison can chip away at our self-esteem, making us feel less valuable and capable than we truly are. To follow Buddha's timeless advice, it's important to embrace our uniqueness and stop comparing our worth or progress to others. Each person's life journey is different, shaped by their own experiences, circumstances, and choices. By acknowledging and celebrating our unique qualities, strengths, and achievements, we can build a sense of self-acceptance and contentment. Avoiding constant comparisons helps us develop a healthier mindset and emotional well-being. Instead of obsessing over others' accomplishments or possessions, we can channel our energy into self-improvement, personal growth, and pursuing goals that genuinely align with our values and aspirations. Buddha's lesson encourages us to value our own path, recognizing that it's uniquely ours. By letting go of the harmful habit of constant comparison, we open ourselves to a deeper sense of self-worth, inner peace, and the ability to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Lesson 7. Mindless use of social media. Buddha's wisdom reminds us of the powerful impact our thoughts have on our lives. In today's digital age, this lesson is particularly relevant regarding our use of social media. It's easy to fall into the trap of mindlessly scrolling and superficial engagement on social media platforms. Many of us spend hours each day glued to our screens, consuming content that may not necessarily enrich our lives or foster genuine connections. To truly embody this teaching, it's crucial to approach social media with mindfulness and intentionality. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through your feed, consider focusing on positive and meaningful connection. This involves being aware of the content you consume and share, as well as the interactions you take part in. Ask yourself if the time spent on social media is adding positivity to your life, or if it's just a source of distraction and comparison. Make an effort to connect with others genuinely, have meaningful conversations, and share content that uplifts and inspires. By using social media mindfully, you can make sure your online presence reflects your values and aspirations. This ensures that what you think and do in the digital world contributes to your personal growth and overall well-being. Remember, the mind is truly powerful, and how you use it on social media can profoundly impact the direction of your life. Lesson 8. The pursuit of external validation. This lesson addresses the common habit of seeking approval from others. Many of us tend to rely on others' approval and recognition to feel worthy or confident. However, in Buddha's teachings, we find a powerful reminder. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This means that our worth and self-worth should come from within, rather than depending on others' opinions or judgments. Imagine a life where you prioritize self-love and acceptance. It's about understanding that you are inherently valuable just as you are, regardless of external validation. This change in perspective allows you to build a strong foundation of self-confidence and happiness, independent of others' views. Remember, it doesn't mean you shouldn't appreciate praise or recognition from others, but it does mean you don't base your self-esteem solely on it. By focusing on self-love and inner validation, you'll discover a deeper, more lasting sense of contentment and self-assurance. So let go of the constant need for external validation and nurture the relationship you have with yourself. It's the most important one you'll ever have. Lesson 9. Perfectionism. Buddha shared a profound idea when he said, "There is no perfection in this world, only striving for it." Lesson 9 encourages us to explore the connection between our pursuit of perfection and the inherent imperfections that are a natural part of being human. In a world that often celebrates unattainable ideals, it's crucial to pay attention to this guidance. Perfectionism can have both positive and negative effects. While it can push us to achieve high standards, it can also lead to constant self-criticism and anxiety. Buddha's teaching prompts us to let go of the idea of perfection and instead embrace our imperfections as a fundamental part of being human. By doing this, we free ourselves from self-doubt and unrealistic expectations. We learn to see the beauty in our flaws and the growth that comes from our mistakes. This change in perspective allows us to focus on progress, not perfection. It empowers us to set meaningful goals, work towards them diligently, and enjoy the journey of self-improvement without the burden of unattainable perfection hanging over us. Lesson 9 teaches us that the path to personal growth and fulfillment doesn't lie in the relentless pursuit of an unattainable ideal, but in recognizing and accepting our imperfections. It invites us to lead a life guided by the principle of continuous improvement, where every small step forward is a reason to celebrate. By embracing our imperfections, we discover the true essence of our humanity and find a deep sense of contentment and self-compassion along the way. Lesson 10. Holding on to unrealistic expectations in the world of Buddhist wisdom. We encounter a powerful teaching in Lesson 10, holding on to unrealistic expectations. The core of this lesson can be summed up in Buddha's words when he said, "The root of suffering is attachment." To truly grasp this, let's go deeper. Unrealistic expectations often come from a form of attachment, an obsession with how things should be instead of accepting how they are. This attachment can lead to discontentment and unhappiness as we continuously chase after ideals that may be unattainable or simply don't align with the ever-changing nature of reality. Imagine setting impossibly high standards for yourself, your relationships, or your achievements. You become emotionally attached to these ideals, thinking they are the only path to contentment. However, when reality falls short of these expectations, suffering follows. You might feel frustrated, disappointed, or even defeated. Buddha's wisdom suggests that we should let go of our attachment to unrealistic expectations. By doing this, we can find contentment in the present moment. This doesn't mean giving up on all our goals. Instead, it encourages us to approach life with flexibility and acceptance. When we release rigid expectations, we allow ourselves to see the beauty in the present. We learn to appreciate what we have, recognize our progress, and find contentment in the journey itself rather than focusing solely on the destination. This helps us break free from the cycle of always wanting more and feeling dissatisfied. Applying this teaching to our lives can bring about a profound transformation in how we experience the world. It encourages us to practice mindfulness, being fully present and aware, and to value the richness of life as it unfolds. We're urged to embrace the imperfections and uncertainties that make our journey unique and meaningful. So as we navigate life's complexities, let's follow Buddha's wisdom and let go of the burden of unrealistic expectations. By doing this, we open ourselves to a more genuine and fulfilling experience of life, where contentment is discovered not in an imagined future, but in the beauty of the present moment. Lesson 11 focuses on the harmful effects of gossiping. Buddha's wisdom shines through in his timeless advice, "Do not speak unless it improves on silence." This profound guidance prompts us to reflect on the words we choose to speak and their impact on our relationships and surroundings. Gossip, often a source of idle chatter and negativity, is something we should consciously avoid. Instead, let's strive to cultivate a more mindful and compassionate way of communicating. Gossiping, though seemingly harmless, can have widespread consequences. It involves discussing or spreading rumors about others, often without their knowledge or consent. This behavior can harm trust, create misunderstandings, and plant seeds of discord among individuals. Engaging in gossip contributes to a toxic environment where negativity and mistrust thrive. To truly follow Buddha's advice, we should pause and think about whether our words are enhancing the silence or disrupting it. Instead of participating in gossip, we can choose to direct our energy into conversations that uplift and inspire. Mindful communication means actively listening, empathizing with others, and speaking with kindness and authenticity. By avoiding gossip and embracing a more mindful approach to communication, we can nurture healthier relationships, build trust, and create a harmonious atmosphere where silence is no longer empty, but a space for positive and meaningful interaction. As we conclude our exploration of these 11 lessons inspired by Buddhism, it's important to remember that the journey toward inner peace and happiness is a personal and reflective process. By consciously working to eliminate the habits we've discussed from your daily life, you can create a more fulfilling and balanced existence. Thanks for joining us on Wisdom Diaries. We hope today's story has brought positivity to your day. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends and family. Your support means a lot as we continue this journey together. Stay inspired and see you in the next video.